The shepherd drives the wolf from the sheep's throat, for which the sheep thanks the shepherd as his liberator, while the wolf denounces him for the same act as the destroyer of liberty. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live by the light that I have. I must stand with anybody that stands right, and stand with him while he is right, and part with him when he goes wrong. Character is like a tree and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it, the tree is the real thing. Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. How many legs does a dog have if you call his tail a leg? 4. Saying that a tail is a leg doesn't make it a leg. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtues. Discourage litigation. Persuade your neighbors to compromise whenever you can. As a peacemaker, the lawyer has superior opportunity of being a good man. There will still be business enough. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves, and under the rule of a just God, cannot long retain it. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds. This country, with its institutions, belongs to the people who inhabit it. Whenever they shall grow weary of the existing government, they can exercise their constitutional right of amending it, or exercise their revolutionary right to overthrow it. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him. I remember my mother's prayers and they have always followed me. They have clung to me all my life. Let's have faith that right makes might, and in that faith let us, to the end, dare to do our duty as we understand it. If this is coffee, please bring me some tea, but if this is tea, please bring me some coffee. Labor is prior to, and independent of, capital. Capital is only the fruit of labor, and could never have existed if labor had not first existed. Labor is the superior of capital, and deserves much the higher consideration. If we could first know where we are, and whither we are tending, we could then better judge what to do, and how to do it. Labor is prior to, and independent of, capital. Capital is only the fruit of labor, and could never have existed if labor had not first existed. Labor is the superior of capital, and deserves much the higher consideration. Stand with anybody that stands right, stand with him while he is right and part with him when he goes wrong. The way for a young man to rise is to improve himself in every way he can, never suspecting that anybody wishes to hinder him. The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. The occasion is piled high with difficulty, and we must rise with the occasion. As our case is new, so we must think anew and act anew. Let not him who is houseless pull down the house of another, but let him work diligently and build one for himself, thus by example assuring that his own shall be safe from violence when built.